The Democratic National Convention could be off to a rocky start following the resignation of Chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. The headlines are following this morning. An attack on a music festival in southern Germany was carried out by a Syrian man who was denied asylum in Germany. The man blew himself up in the Bavarian city of Ansbach yesterday. Welcome back. It's 8:15. A second grade teacher in Texas is telling her side of the story after video of her violent arrest from last year went viral. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump was busy on Twitter last night reacting to speeches at the DNC. Here's his reaction after Bernie Sanders spoke. Sad to watch Bernie Sanders abandon his revolution. We welcome all voters who want to fix our rigged system and bring back jobs. CNN became a late-night joke after cutting away from protesters outside the Democratic convention in Philly. A woman is celebrating her 100th birthday with what she calls good, clean living. She says her faith plays a role in everything, including the upcoming election. The Democratic National Convention will showcase the Clinton family, just like the Republican convention did with the Trump family. Bill Clinton and Chelsea Clinton both have speeches in prime time. The former president will deliver a speech that he wrote himself on Tuesday night. Here's what's happening this Tuesday morning. My brother, former NBC5 anchor and reporter Anthony Ponce, is going viral after he posted a video telling fans why he left the anchor desk to drive for Lyft.
Dan is live at CPD headquarters with a local reaction. Dan?
Good morning. Chicago police tweeted out a message of support to police in Dallas earlier this morning. We're still waiting to see if Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson makes a statement this morning. So far, no word. But certainly the tragedy in Dallas is having an effect on police here in Chicago. Here's part of a message that went out over the scanners overnight.
Officers are urged to exercise extreme caution as a result of this situation, which is continuing to unfold in Dallas.
Meanwhile, another protest was held downtown yesterday as hundreds of people filled the streets protesting police brutality. They chanted and marched throughout the area, blocking traffic. In some cases, traffic was backed up on the Dan Ryan for a brief moment. According to the Tribune, one group of demonstrators tried to get into the Taste of Chicago at Grant Park, but they were stopped by police. But despite a few contentious moments, good news to report that there were no arrests made, though another protest is scheduled for tomorrow. That's the latest from police headquarters. Dan Ponce, WGN News. A lot of close elections tonight, and this is not one of them. Toni Preckwinkle giving an early victory speech as she soundly crushes the competition. According to the family statement, John Larimer's brother Noel is currently in Denver working with the Navy to bring his brother's body back home to Illinois. Funeral arrangements are pending. Tomorrow, President Obama has several fundraising events here in Chicago, including two smaller events where the price of one ticket is $40,000. One of those events will be held at his own home here in Kenwood. Good evening. CDOT and Peoples Gas are simultaneously working on important upgrades, but we found several cases on the northwest side where the work is being done in the wrong order. Now, the city claims there's a good system in place to make sure taxpayer money isn't wasted, but that system is not working as well as it should. For many years now, the Chicago Department of Transportation has been working through the city redoing sidewalk ramps at intersections according to standards set by the Americans with Disabilities Act. CDOT workers are doing an excellent job with these ADA ramps, with meticulous concrete work. They patch up the road and even replace soil and plant new grass. It can take a couple weeks to finish the job, and it's not cheap, $36,000 per intersection. Unfortunately, in some cases, that good work doesn't last long because Peoples Gas comes in and rips everything up.
They just finished it last week, and now they're painting marks where they're going to dig it up again for the gas company.
That's right. At one intersection in Chicago's Irving Park neighborhood, only 1 week after CDOT crews finished the job, Peoples Gas marked up the sidewalks and made plans to dig them up and put in new gas mains. Neighbors immediately asked, why wouldn't Peoples Gas go in first?
I'm just wondering if there's a part of government that oversees all the utilities and the other city projects that are going on. Does somebody coordinate all of them?
The answer is yes. CDOT has a department that coordinates scheduling for infrastructure improvements. It's called the Project Coordination Office. They hold weekly meetings, and according to CDOT, it has saved the city $47 million since it was created in 2012. So what went wrong here? When the foreman on the job learned that WGN News was on the way to shoot the story, he called his boss and Peoples Gas canceled the job. Now, to their credit, Peoples Gas quickly acknowledged that a mistake had been made in coordinating with CDOT. Peoples Gas then made plans to reroute the work so that the intersection and taxpayer money wouldn't be wasted.
Obviously, there was a breakdown in communication on this corner, but like I said, we've stopped our work. We're going to go back to the drawing board and see if we can rectify that.
Peoples Gas called the situation at this intersection an anomaly, but we only had to walk 2 blocks to find another example. Here at the intersection of Waveland and Kimball, Peoples Gas ripped up an intersection that CDOT finished just last summer.
Well, that pipe was also around 110 years old.
Fair enough. The century-old pipes needed to be replaced, but redoing the sidewalks at the same intersection twice in one fiscal year doesn't make much sense for a city reeling in debt. Remember, that's $36,000 a pop. We found 2 examples just within 2 blocks on the northwest side, and Peoples Gas workers tell me off camera that there have been many cases over the years where they've had to rip up recently completed work.
I think it's really frustrating, and for our taxpayers to see this happening, and we need to get a better handle on it.
We tried for 2 weeks to get someone from CDOT to talk to us, but no one in the department, led by Commissioner Rebecca Scheinfeld, would do an interview. Instead, they gave us a statement that reads in part, "Unfortunately, there are inevitable emergencies in which recent work must be disturbed in order to make necessary repairs. When this happens, the city has a process in place to ensure that the city is reimbursed and our streets and sidewalks are restored to good condition." However, the intersections we've highlighted in this report weren't emergencies. There's no gas leak, they're just old pipes that needed to be replaced. Neighbors are concerned their tax dollars aren't being well managed.
I just feel like we don't have an advocate that's watching out for our money. They all just care about getting their project done.
When Peoples Gas rips up an intersection, it is their responsibility to pay for and repair it. According to CDOT, in 2014, Peoples Gas paid $6.4 million in penalties for disturbing new work. That money is ultimately absorbed by Peoples Gas customers, including anyone who pays for gas service in the city of Chicago. I'm Dan Ponce, WGN News.